that occurs in the hospital world and medical world is that if you stare at red too long or any particular color, but specifically red from blood or stuff or the inner body, and you look at something mostly white, you actually will start seeing green flashes. Also, if you look at bright lights, you oftentimes see certain flashes of lights, and this can tire out your eyes so you don't see as well. Everything, it can cause stress, headaches, and migraines, and much, much more. Beyond all these things that it could cause along that line, it can happen if you just look at white lights or bright lights when you get more sensitive and it strains your eyes. It can also mess up your depth perception actually. But then I'm wondering that if you look at a lot of buildings, if you look at the color scheme, it's very much white or silverish colors. And I'm wondering if we use much more dull colors, specifically green and blue might help a lot. So that's what the solution they found in the hospital world was. People wear a lot of green and blue uniforms, usually not a spectacular, bright, glowing green or blue, but that helps relax the eyes after staring and helps with all those effects they talked about. Now, one color green might also wear you out, so we're having just a little bit of different shades of alternating green, like the natural world, and it might mimic the natural world much more. Another idea to make this whole thing a lot better maybe will be to paint more murals or artwork that is relaxing and cool, not flashy and stuff, but more just nice, and that you can hire more muralists or artists to really make stuff unique and send a message. And yeah, this painting also maybe there's a standard camouflage pattern or something. Another idea would be to have a paint that varies slightly from different colors to different colors. You paint it on and this gives you a slight texture, like this paints that give fake granite texture and stuff like that, and they're made by having, and you can make one simply by mixing two different paints that do not fully mix, like a watercolor and an oil color. I'm oversimplifying that one that doesn't dry off as evenly or having more texture. These are all different possibilities of how to do it, but something to think about. And I think this will also help people more with sensory processing disorders. Another way maybe of doing it is to have different lighting throughout the whole place. Some of the lighting being more green, some of them being more blue, some of them being more red, just so you're not always looking at one type of light, so you have a little more relaxing. Or some places in the building being more dim, that can be dim, and that will give them more time for people to relax and people moving in and out of those environments from brighter to lighter. Another way would be to put more greenery and actually plants in the office to help smooth out the transition. A second thing I'm wondering about plants and stuff in general is plants have a lot of positive psychological benefits, which lead to physical health benefits and productivity benefits. But I'm wondering if a way of getting people to enjoy coming more offices, if they have to take care of the plants, maybe if they have to take care of the plants, they just feel more motivated to be there, and they feel like the plants are more important, part of the job. Maybe if they're taking care of also painting murals and other things, they feel like it's a lot nicer job and place to work at. It's a little more participation, it's positive and expression. Another thing I'm wondering about plants is plants specifically help clean up the air, and they also alter airflow in ways that might lower the disease spread, because air can't as move in from one place to another place before settling down. But I'm wondering, not only do they filter out the air, but do some of the stuff they put in the air, because from out the leach when it's transpiring, is that actually good for your body? Which I don't know. Pollen certainly causes a lot of allergy, but they also put out a lot of other chemicals. You can see that plants smell, but stuff you can't detect, and maybe that's good. Like actually playing in dirt can help your immune system, and that's a well-known thing. Micronutrients in water you drink is good for you in many ways. So maybe these little chemicals help with your immune system or anything. I don't know. It's something I think that would be an interesting thing to study, but I don't know. And it could lead to cleaner air, and especially places where there is not clean air and a lot of stress, which tend to correlate. Like the cities tend to have more stress, It tends to be worse for your eyes in a variety of reasons, which leads to worse eyesight over time. They also just don't have enough plants. It would be even cooler if some of these plants become native plants to promote people to learn about more native plants, or if these plants you can pick little berries. Definitely not feed a family, but wouldn't it be cool if you go to office and now and then you could have a treat of a strawberry? Like, that would be cool. Or you could see a cool native plant and you could have a placard that reads about native plants. All these other cool little things you might be able to do with the plants. Another thing that I just thought about would be the murals could also promote local knowledge of plants and stuff if they're not actual plants. And one other one, or you could have it for art practice and you could change it up with seasons for different notifications. Just all little things to think about. And having a diversity of styles would also mean that people might get stuck less in the mindset of how things are supposed to look, because people are very flexible and it goes into like building codes, dress codes, everything. All little things to think about. Maybe you could even have lights that with LEDs can change the lighting structure so you can make them have more one color, another color. And what if you have an LED that could change the color depending on times of days, but also moods of occasions, or have like more of a little bit not disco setup, because a disco setup was like all the flashing lights are changing constantly, overwhelming you, and that's bad. But like, just make spots of this color light and this color light if people want it, and so much more, or more to dim control so you can change it, so you can have high contrast bright light when you want it, but not when you don't want it for reading or other projects. It also I wonder if it could be useful in just benches, having more granite benches and stuff. Maybe that's why people like granite benches and stuff, or these benches that are natural wood. Maybe that's why people like natural wood and natural marble and granite and stuff for benches and for other things, is because the flowing and contrasted colors relaxes you. I think it is an honest idea that maybe that's why people like it so much. Would be interesting, I don't know, yet again. But always just all over the place. Now, the problem with plants, I've been saying, is maintenance. They do use more water, but even with that they use more water, people are eating from it. It kind of saves it a little bit. And they might help humidify the air, which would save a little water. The air purification could really help people's health, which might be worth it, even the water cost, instead of getting sick and dying. Bad air is one of the number one killers worldwide. So maybe having better air would actually save a lot of people. These are costs you can't take into account. And all those other ones. Well, thank you for listening. Please like and subscribe. It really helps the channel out. I'm trying to reach 1,000 subscribers in a year and 4,000 watch hours, which is really hard. But with your help, I think I can do it. And the reason why I'm trying to do it, because then that's when the YouTube algorithm starts more promoting my thing on its own. That's when I can start making a little money off of it, so I can really try to increase the sound quality. Also, I have troubles with a lot of things, so it could help me with my executive dysfunction. It's making life a little easier. I could start, it would help me promote this stuff to a lot more people, so I can help a lot more people, maybe. Or so I can practice a lot more, so I can help people in other stuff I do, such as tutoring. So, yeah, that's why I want to do it. Also, if you want to have any ideas for future videos, comments, or suggestions, please leave in the comment section below. And if you know my DM, please feel free to DM me. I just don't want to widely give out my DM information to a wide range of people that I do not know. And finally, goodbye.